Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yashar Allah. Call Haloyim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakakodash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the work. Shall keep at it. So, Brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 24. Man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? All right, the Lord controls good and evil. Nothing happens on this earth without it being the will of the Lord. Right, from the birds chirping to the flowers growing to men unaliving men to life being brought forth through seed bearing children. All of these things come of the Lord. Right. It says in the book of Isaiah chapter 45 that the Lord creates good and evil. It says in the book of Amos chapter 3 that there is no evil done in the city and the Lord hath not done it, because the Lord controls both sides. Right. I say the reason why I brought this out is because of a video I saw. I'm going to let this video play and I'll be back.
U.S. commanders across more than 30 military bases are allegedly telling their troops the Iran war is part of God's plan and are referencing the book of Revelations. A combat unit commander told non-commissioned officers at a briefing on Monday this war is part of God's plan and that Donald Trump was anointed by Jesus Christ to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to earth. From Saturday.
Now, we understand the Lord's name ain't no damn Jesus, right? The letter J didn't exist until the 16th century. Right? You get a 1611 Bible, you'll see the name Jesus. That's not his name. That's a Greek form of the name. The Hebrew name of the Lord is Yahweh Shai, right? That's his name. He delivers, or he's a deliverer, right? And like I said earlier, man, nothing happens outside of the will of the Lord, right? So, yeah, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai did ordain, President Orange to do what he's doing right now. That's not a lie at all, right? But the whole truth is he's doing it for the downfall of this world. Not the earth itself, but this system that runs this world, right? And when you go into the scriptures, you'll see that, right? But nevertheless.
Monday morning through Monday night, more than 110 similar complaints about commanders in every branch of the military had been logged by the Military Religious Freedom Foundation. The complaints came from more than 40 different units and spread across at least 30 military installations. One complainant identified themselves as a non-commissioned officer, or NCO, in a unit currently outside of the Iran combat zone but in ready support status, deployable at any time. The NCO said they're a Christian and emailed the MRFF on behalf of 15 troops, including at least 11 other Christians, one Muslim and one Jew. They wrote to the MRFF that their commander urged us to tell our troops that this was all part of God's divine plan, and he specifically referenced numerous citations out of the book of Revelations referring to Armageddon and the imminent return of Jesus.
Hey, spot on. Because all of these different wars and rumors of wars is leading up to Armageddon. It's leading up to the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Right? I'm assuming what they were complaining about is the fear that they're having based off of the scriptures that, whoever the individual was bringing out. Whether or not he was spot on with the breakdown or not, he was still, basically telling them, what time it is with the moves that's being made on the earth as it pertains to, the third woe, right?
This is exactly why church and state has to stay separated. We have a country that has enough nukes to easily take out the entire planet, and they're actively invoking end times theology. U.S. commanders across more than...
So this is the definition of manifest destiny, right? Manifest destiny was a 19th century belief that the United States was divinely ordained to expand across North America, spreading democracy, capitalism, and the American way of life from the Atlantic to the Pacific. And that's the truth, right? Because the Lord man's goings are of the Lord. It's all for the will of the Lord, right? But Manifest Destiny has a part 2, and that's what that general was going into. And that part 2, begins with the third woe, begins with World War III, right? Divine intervention, right? It begins with the destruction of this prison called Babylon, right? So, yeah, man, that dude was spot on, but I don't think he knew exactly, the whole spectrum of what he was speaking on. But yeah, he was definitely spot on. This is all, the Lord's will, right? All the way until, 2nd Esdras 69. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? So, Yahweh Shemar Shah Ratazah, you were edified by this call. Haloim La Yahweh Shemar Shah by Shamar Kakudah Shalom Yashalawa Abba Baba.